In this devlog, we'll explore how to use the combo graph system in ACF and how it improves combo management over the traditional section-based montage. Now let's start by looking at the traditional section-based montage. These stack combos are often set up in single montage with different sections, just like here, default combo, combo 3. Now, based on the input buffer, like if you have selected the input buffer to be auto in your action, then everything, if you click before the ACF exit action, it will move to the next combo and next combo and so on and so forth. Now, the problem with this is they are predefined and making it hard to adjust combo dynamically, like based on, let's say, real-time user input or based on certain conditions. I mean, technically, sure, we can do that. Like if I can show you ACF attack action BP. I mean, you can play around with the get montage section and add your logic here, but this is going to be really, really tough to handle and manage later on. And that's why we now have a combo graph because the current this section, the section based montage, surely it will work for maybe normal AI characters or even for normal attacks for the player, but it might introduce a rigid attack pattern with little adaptability. Well, of course, if your game needs it, then you can surely use that instead of the regular section based montage setup. So let's start by I will you can obviously duplicate or create a completely fresh from scratch. You know what, let's create it from scratch itself. So I will just call it and for the time being I'm just going to disable this. I will just remove this. I will create again the same attack. You can call it combo attack or whatever your game needs, you can call that. I'll just keep it simple and I will use ACF combo attack action is already set up. And we don't have to give a montage action here because it is going to depend. If you open the action in ACF, it will going to depend on a combo graph asset. So let's create one. So I will go to combo. I had created some for testing before. Let's create one from scratch. Actions, no, not action. We are going to create a combo graph. So ACF tools, combo graph, and let's call it CG underscore. I'm going to use Katana, so I'm going to call it Katana combo 2. I've created a one before. I think I'm going to move this to combo graph folder, move here, and this is, and I will just hook it up in combo here. So the auto open buffers, like everything is exactly the same way. It's set up the same way. You should enable warping if you need root motion warped montages. So everything is going to be exactly the same. It's just that you have to change it to combo attack action and add a combo. Now let's dive into the combo graph. So the combo graph is a node-based system that allows us to structure attacks sequentially but dynamically. Each attack in a combo represents as a node. So we have three kinds of nodes. So we'll go through one by one, each of them. So always a combo graph is going to start with a start combo node. Now it is important to remember that we set a montage to each node. That is crucial. And for the start node, additionally, we'll have to add the triggering action tag as well. And you can find that from here, whatever you used as your attack action tag, you will just copy this and then you can paste here. And then then we have to just plug in montages. Now I have prepared some montages from the Ghost Samurai Katana bundle. I can just quickly show you that. It's the same way how you set up the generic section-based montage as well. You add a ACF action subset, and then you add a ACF exit action. That's all. And this is just for slow anim notify for nice effect while attacking. Now let's start with a simple one. We will hook the first attack here. Let's look at this attack as well. So it's quite simple. It's a one swing. Very important. What we have to do is we have to add this component ACF combo to your character. ACF combo component to your character. This is my character. Let's go here, ACF combo. And whatever you're going to use in your combo graph any kinds of inputs, like let it be attack input, heavy attack input, or any kind of spell input, whatever it is you're going to use in your combo graph, you have to add it in combo inputs. This is very important. Otherwise, this won't work. So you have to add attack input, heavy attack input in ACF combo. That's all. Now, let's see it in action already, because we can already see it in action. So let's go to my map and let's play. So there's a sword. So it's already working. We have one montage working. Now let's create the actual combo. So we will select this and then drag, and we select ACF combo node. Combo nodes come after start nodes. Combo nodes are basically individual animation montages. So now there must be a transition. So the transition is of type a transition input, like which input is going to trigger that transition. So for now, we'll just select attack input. And then you can also add conditions and then use these priorities and everything. We'll come to that later, but first let's set up a default montage, a simple montage for now. So remember to always set a montage in combo nodes and start node as well, here as well. So let's drag it here. Now this is perfect. This is just one attack and one shot. So let's test it out. Yeah, it's working. But remember that always remember that if you open this, you have to input the transition. Like if the transition is attack input, then you have to click your mouse button or whatever is your attack input before this notify exit is called. Otherwise, the action is considered as finished. So you have to click it before this. You can obviously adjust your notify exit actions anywhere you like, or if you don't want to manage it like it, then what you can do is you can go to ACF and disable auto open buffer and then manually add it yourself using the input buffer notify. There's one of the ways to set it up. Now, let's move to one more attack combo. And always remember to select a transition input, otherwise it will not transition to the next montage. So let's do attack again, and always remember to save it. Let's see, is this, this is a powerful attack. We'll keep this for a heavy attack. Let's do this. This is a simple one. So let's drag it here. This should work. Now this is working, and now let's transition from this. This was on attack input. Now let's do on heavy attack input. Let's add a ACF combo node again. Let's do a heavy attack. Now on heavy attack, it will transition here, and let's do this. This seemed like a powerful attack. We'll consider this as a heavy attack. All right, so let's see it in action, but this time let's fight against an enemy. Just remember, just keep a note on how much damage we are doing, because we are going to get into temporary modifiers as well in these. So let's go and try this attack. Now you see it is not working, and I'll tell you why. Because if you remember, we turned the auto open buffer off. So always remember to either, like, I would advise you to always tick this and play around with the ACF exit action and place it somewhere where you can actually use your combos well. So this was a mistake, I guess. And then let's go back and try this again. All right. So 24, 25. All right, let's try the heavy attack one. Yeah, so it's a nice swing. All right. So ignore this. I actually removed my ACF CCM camera manager, so that's why it's just giving error. You can ignore that. So going back to combo nodes. So what we can also do is add combo modifiers. These are temporary and only occur within this montage. So since this is a heavy attack, a powerful one, I'm going to modify the attribute. I'm going to modify the melee damage. Let's see, damage attributes, melee damage. Let's keep it to additive and we'll add 20 extra damage. Now, let's see. This gives us a lot of power because we can control every aspect of the combo. So I'm going to do normal attacks. Now let's do heavy and it is 45. Yeah, so this is working. Now let's complicate this a bit. Let's add more transitions. Let's say let's add one more here. Always remember to add the transition. Now, have I used this already? Yeah, no, this I haven't used. I will hook it up here. This seems fine. What is this? Seems like a heavy attack. Now, after this, let's do another combo node and we have to click heavy attack. So remember, this is heavy attack, and then we have to consecutively click heavy attack in order to transition here. So I will use this. This seemed like a heavy attack. Now, this also seemed like a nice heavy attack, but I'm not going to chain it here. It's going to be a very long combo then. Let's do it here, combo node, and let's hook it up here. So now what's going to happen? We have two transitions. Always remember here, like do a heavy attack. Yeah, so now we have two transitions. So now comes the priority. So if we give this 1 and this is 0, then this is going to always happen. This is not going to happen. Uh, but if we have weighted priorities, let's do weighted priorities here as well, then we can actually give a probabilistic weight. Let's give it 0.5. Let's give it 0.5 as well. So if you see here, wait for probabilistic selection if weighted priorities are enabled. So you have to enable this to use this. It means this will happen 50% of time. This will happen 50% of time. This is just to add a bit of randomness so that the combo looks fresh. So let's see it in action. So there's one. There's another. Yeah, so these are weighted priorities. So it will do 50% of time and this will do 50% of time. Next, let's look at a simple priorities, right? Let's add another combo node and let's call it on attack. So remember, this is also on attack input. This is heavy attack, this is attack, and this is as well. We are creating a new one with attack. So this is where priority comes in. Let's say we don't have any conditions here. So this is going to just normally flow. But let's say we want something, some kind of a condition, a special one, then we should ideally give it a higher priority so that it runs first and checks the condition. So let's try it out. All right, so I have a kind of a forward swinging, jumping animation. I'm going to hook that up here. Oh, sorry, in the montage. But you can actually add any kind of condition. Like the most useful one I can think of is statistic actions. You can go here and maybe you can write stamina. This particular move is a special move, is like a very powerful move, so it might require a high stamina. So you can always write that here. But this time I'm going to is attempting jump. I have to click attack input while I'm trying to jump. So it's very easy to set up. You can create your own conditions. So I will just show you quickly how this one is particularly I've handled it. So it's quite simple. I've created an interface and I've just created is trying to jump and I have add like while I'm attempting to jump, if I go to the motion matching character on ACF jump input, I'm adding a gameplay tag to the gameplay tag container. I've added a gameplay tag container to the character to manage these kind of stuffs, and then movement jump, and I'm just checking the condition based on if it is there. So if I go to my character is trying to jump, it will just return if it is a match. That's quite simple. And conditions you can easily write like this. If you go to conditions, so here's the sprint. So condition is here. It is in AI condition and action conditions, or any of these conditions you can use. That's up to you. So I have just created a simple one. Is attempting jumping, then it's calling that interface, and it's condition met. You have to override as condition met, and that would be a new condition which you can use in your combo graph. So I've just written is attempting jump. So what it's going to do is it's going to first, if I click my attack input, this is never going to run because this is heavy attack. So it now finds to transition. So how will it decide where to go? Because we have not used weighted priorities here, right? So it is going to check priorities. So this has a 0 priority. This is a 0. So then we should not do that. We have to give it 1 priority. And ideally, if you're adding a condition anywhere, you should make that as a high priority so that it first goes through that condition. Either it will succeed or it will fail. So once we have given that, it is going to happen only if we are attacking while jumping. So let's test it out. So right now I'm going to try without any jump. So this is normal, which we had before. Now if I'm going to jump, it did it. Nice. Let's try jump again. This is beautiful. Now let's go and try to fight him. Oh yeah, I'm tempted to give this a bit more damage because it looked cool. Let's give it some damage. I'll give it 20, sorry, 30 damage. Let's go now. Nice. Now you can mix and match. Moving on. So let's say we want to mix and match. We want to, button mash kind of. We want to go for a button mash game, right? So we can mix and match everything. So the way to do is, let's say I'm doing a normal attack. I transition here, but if I want to click a heavy attack here, I want to transition here, then obviously you can do that, and then you can see heavy attack, and you can mix and match. You can cross it over, but as I've noticed, it becomes very, very complex to manage. So we have another node which is called a reroute node. So this is very good for cleaning up stuff and categorizing stuff. So let's add a reroute node. Let's call it heavy attacks. Now, instead of this transition to here, I will connect it here and have the same input, which is heavy attack. Now let's delete this and we'll connect it here, and this will also be heavy attack. So the purpose of a reroute node is that it actually does nothing. It just forwards the transition. You don't need to add any montage to it. It's just good for categorizing. But there's also a new feature in that, which is a proxy node. I'll come to that soon. Now this gives me a very good way to manage everything. Let's say after this I want to do a heavy attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a reroute node. Let's do this. First make it heavy attack. And now this reroute node, I'm going to click is proxy node because this is not going to have any transitions. This is just going to proxy to heavy attack. So I have to check is proxy node and then target reroute node. I have to check heavy attacks. So now it becomes reroute node proxy to heavy attacks. Now this is going to point here. So it's now very easy to manage. So I can now add after this as well the same CF reroute add a proxy, heavy attack, and same uh, ACF proxy, heavy attack. Oh, just remember to add transition. Always remember that. Yeah. Now make this a proxy node and then heavy attack. So whenever I'm performing simple attacks, I'll call it light attacks for now. Anytime I click heavy attack is going to go into this branch and perform that. And obviously, I can also make all of this here. I'll just drag it here, make a new reroute node. Let's call it light attacks. And let's delete this transition and we'll connect it here. Now it becomes attack. Now we have categorized this as well. So I can actually, let's say after this, I can transition to light attacks. Oh, sorry. I have to add a reroute node and I'm transitioning on attack input. And let's do a proxy and the target node is going to be light attacks. I think I have to save it first. Yeah, now it came. Sometimes we have to wait a bit, like a refresh or something. So now it is connecting here. So this way you can manage your entire combo graph quite complex and you can manage it categorizedly and you can easily create nice combos based on this. So let's see it in action. Finally, no, not this. There is something is wrong because it's not transitioning further. Let's see light attack. After the first light, it's not going to light. Oh, it's because we missed a transition. That's the issue. You should never miss them. Now let's try again. Yeah, now it's working. Now a bonus is combo graph AI. So let's see how to set that up. You have to go to your enemy, do the same, add the ACF combo, add these inputs which you'll be using. And then let's go to his action manager first. Where is action manager? And AI sword actions. Let's open up that. So now here, actions.attack. We are going to use actions. Yeah, I've already created a AI combo melee, but you can just select combo AI ACF combo AI attack action. So once you've selected that, it's the same way you have to set up, just you have to add one additional thing, which is AI input probabilities. So what the way it works is it's going to simulate these inputs based on certain probabilities. So the AI can also use this graph, but obviously uh, it will have to simulate the input. So we can add these AI probabilities here. So let's add attack input. Let's give it 0.5, and then let's add heavy attack input, and that's also 0.5. Okay, now we have to select a combo as well. I'll just add the same which we created, the katana combo, to the AI as well. Now let's see if he uses this. Okay, he's taunting. All right. Yeah, he is using. Wow, look at that. So I think that's all from my side for the combo graph. Next, I'm planning to do advanced binary system, and I'm also planning to share some of the new systems I've been working on in advanced combat. So see you next time.